Dear student, now I give lecture on conduction and breakdown in commercial liquids. This topic comes under conduction and breakdown in liquid dielectrics. The conduction and breakdown in commercial liquids again subdivided into suspended particle theory and cultivation and the bubble theory. These two theory only we studied under conduction and breakdown in commercial liquid topic. The first one is introduction to conduction and breakdown in commercial liquids. Commercial insulating liquids are not chemically pure and have impurities like gas bubbles, suspended particles, etc. These impurities reduce the breakdown strength of commercial liquids considerably. The breakdown mechanism are also considerably influenced by the presence of these impurities. When breakdown occurs in commercial liquids, additional gases and gas bubbles are evolved and solid decomposition products are formed. The electrode surfaces become rough and at times explosive sounds are heard due to the generation of impulsive pressure throughout the liquid. The breakdown mechanism in commercial liquids is dependent, as seen above, several factors such as nature and condition of electrodes, and then physical properties of the liquid, impurities of the gases, etc. Several theories have been proposed to explain the breakdown in liquids, that is commercial liquids, but three theory mechanism is there. That is three theories only explain the breakdown in liquids: suspended particle mechanism, cavitation and bubble mechanism, stressed oil volume mechanism. First, suspended particle theory. In commercial liquid, the presence of solid impurities cannot be avoided. These impurities will be present as fiber as dispersed solid particles. The permittivity of these particles epsilon 2 will be different from the permittivity of the liquid epsilon 1. If we consider these impurities to the spherical particles of radius small r, and if the applied field is E, then the particles experience a force. F is calculated by using the formula F equal to 1 by 2 R3 into epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 divided by 2 epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 grade E squared. This force is directed towards area of maximum stress, that is if epsilon 2 greater than epsilon 1. For example, in the case of presence of solid particles like paper or the liquid present in the commercial liquid, if only the gas bubbles are present in the liquid, means epsilon 2 less than epsilon 1. Okay, so the first condition, if paper or the liquid particles is present in the commercial liquids, means epsilon 2 greater than epsilon 1. But the gas bubbles are present in the commercial liquids, means epsilon 2 less than epsilon 1. Therefore, the force will be in the direction of areas of lower stress. If the voltage is continuously applied, that is DC, or the duration of the voltage is long, that is AC, then this force drives the particles towards the areas of maximum stress. If the number of particles present are large, they become aligned due to these forces, thus form the stable chain bridging the electrode gap, causing the breakdown between the electrodes. If there is only a single conducting particle between the electrode, it will give rise to local field enhancement depending on its shape. Breakdown will occur near the particle. This will result in the formation of gas bubbles, which may lead to the breakdown of the liquid. The value of the breakdown strength of liquid containing solid impurities were found to be much less than the value for pure liquids. Okay, the impurity particles reduce the breakdown strength, and it was observed that the larger the size of the particle, lower the breakdown strength. Then cultivation and the bubble theory. It was experimentally observed that in mainly liquids, the breakdown strength depends strongly on the applied hydrostatic pressure, and then suggesting that a change of phase of the medium is involved in the breakdown process. In other words, it means that a kind of vapor bubble formed is responsible for breakdown strength of the dielectrics. The following processes have been suggested to be responsible for the formation of the vapor bubbles. First one is gas pockets at the surface of the electrode. Second one is electrostatic repulsive forces between space charges which may sufficient to overcome the surface tension. The gaseous products due to the dissociation of liquid molecules by electron collisions. The fourth point is vaporization of the liquid by corona type discharge from sharp points and irregularities of the electrode surfaces. Once a bubble is formed, it will elongate in the direction of the electric field under the influence of the electrostatic forces. Okay, the volume of the bubble remain constant during the elongation. Breakdown occurs when the voltage drop along the length of the bubble becomes equal to minimum value on the Parsons curve. That is, the breakdown field is given by using the formula E naught equal to 1 divided by epsilon 1 minus epsilon 2, 2 pi, then 2 pi omega 2 epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 divided by r, pi by 4 Vb divided by 2 r epsilon naught minus 1, the power is 1 by 2, that is root of. So, that omega is the surface tension of the liquid, epsilon is the permittivity of the liquid, and then epsilon r is the permittivity of the gas bubble, that is epsilon 2 is the permittivity of the gas bubble, r is the initial radius of the bubble, that is the as a sphere, and then Vb is the voltage drop in the bubble. All are getting from the Parsons curve. We already studied in the same module only. This is the cultivation and the bubble theory. From this equation, it can be seen that the breakdown strength depends on the initial size of the bubble, which in turn is influenced by the hydrostatic pressure and temperature of the liquid. This theory does not take into the account the production of the initial bubble, and hence the results given by this theory do not agree well with the experiment result. Now you see the figure, theoretical and experimental values for the breakdown stresses in N hexane. So x-axis hydrostatic pressure LB by centimeter squared, y-axis breakdown stress megavolt per centimeter. Now you see two curve, one is calculated curve, another one is experimentally curve. That means first experimentally we have to conduct this conduction and breakdown in commercial liquids by using cultivation and the bubble theory. Then note down the breakdown stress and hydrostatic pressure for N hexane dielectric materials and then draw the curve. So the curve started from 1.4 breakdown voltage. At that time hydrostatic pressure is 0. If the calculated value by using the formula we already studied in the lecture video, we can calculate the hydrostatic pressure, breakdown pressure, then you can point it and then draw the curve. That curve also is start from 1.4 breakdown stress, but the hydrostatic pressure is 0, and then this curve is above the experimental value only calculated. So the calculated value is always, that means what, that is not equal to experimental. Definitely the difference is there between a calculated value and the experimental value. Then the last theory is the stressed oil volume theory. In commercial liquids where minute traces of impurities are present, the breakdown strength is determined by the largest possible impurity or weakling only. Okay, so in the steamer oil volume theory, we draw the graph between the breakdown stress and stress oil volume. The stress oil volume is taken as x-axis breakdown stress per kV per centimeter, that means it taken, and the y-axis we can get the curve. So for the different variation of the breakdown voltage stress with the stressed oil volume also, the breakdown voltage in highly influenced by the gas content in the oil, the viscosity of the oil, the presence of the other impurities. These being uniformly distributed, increase in the stressed oil volume results in a reduction in the breakdown voltage only. In the non-uniform field, the stress oil volume is taken as the volume which is contained between the maximum stress Emax contour and 0.9 Emax contour. According to stressed oil volume theory, the breakdown strength is inversely proportional to the stressed oil volume only. Okay, so in this lecture video, I thought students you are clearly understood the concept of, that means what are the theories used for conduction and breakdown of commercial liquids. Thank you students for listening this video.